eights, let's talk a little bit about your environment and how you learn to operate growing up. So, you may know, but there are these lines through the Enneagram called arrows. For an 8, it's pointing down to a 5 and over to a 2. And it shows you how you behave in stress and under relaxed conditions. It makes sense when you first look at it. For an 8, you pick up the flavors of the high side of a 2. You could show your feelings, the warmth, that soft side of you comes out, and you're much more aware of pursuing justice for other people. On the other side, under stress, gosh, you could withdraw like a 5. You can get paranoid, you can fear betrayal, you can really pick up the shadow side of a 5. Well, as you start studying the Enneagram, you start actually learning, hey, there's more to this. It goes further. You pick out the other sides of these same styles under the same conditions. You can pick up under relaxed conditions the unrealistic demands and possessiveness of a 2. It's not all about just warmth and showing your feelings and all that. You start getting more demanding. So if somebody loves you, you're secure, and yet you're getting possessive with them, right? Kind of assertive with them in a not so friendly way. Okay, mean way, right? On the other hand, stressful, you can, as 5, you can actually, in the middle of that stress, transform. And not that you're just trying to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and overcome it. No, you're actually getting something in you that's gold that's coming out. You get more objective, you get more humble, and more moderate. You're handling things in a way that is beautiful to watch and to see. What this shows is it's not just your circumstances, your environment that has to change for you to change. You could move to all these relaxed conditions and you're still going to be picking up the shadow sides here. What it shows is your worldview. Let's look at your worldview. A lot of 8s will say that they had to grow up strong. This is Aretha Franklin's home growing up. She had a tough childhood. She's not singing R-E-S-P-E-C-T just because she's got childhood wounds. But it could be affecting it so much. She would describe at times of betrayal and rejection and just hardship that she had to grow up in, and she did overcome in some beautiful ways. And that's what's great about someone like that. It's great about 8s, is their ability to overcome. But it came because it was required for their survival. Because often they were vulnerable and nobody protected them. And so now they think it's up to me. It's up to me. I must be strong for myself and for others. I must be the protector. I must protect myself, and I must protect others. Now, that can be a beautiful thing, but a lot of the times it starts taking you out. When you keep on trying to be protective, and people keep getting mad at you because you keep being overly forceful. It also means that you probably are being overly forceful. If you ever look at a snowplow, man, it moves. It moves things. The question is, are you a snowplow? Most 8s are. They plow over people. Or they plow away obstacles so that the city could really be freed up to live. The truth is, whatever's happening, they're plowing. It's going to be plowing one way or the other. And a lot of it has to do with how you view weaknesses. A lot of times when you see somebody that just sees the world as all is gray and all is meek, you kind of think, come on. It is not all gray. And let's be strong. Let's just say it, right? Because a lot of times not saying it, just seeing the world as all gray, shows some weakness, shows some unwillingness to stand up, to do what's needed. That's kind of an 8 worldview. And as you get older, there's not just black and white, there is gray. You know that. But you've also got to see, hey, there's an aversion to weak people. There's an aversion to weak things. And there's an aversion to a weak self. Isn't it interesting that Paul says, when I am weak, I am strong? Now, 2 and 8, what Paul, the Apostle Paul, says on that makes no sense unless you really pay attention to the rest of what he's saying. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute as we talk about the gospel.